Now the 3 overhead outlets have been replaced with new updated outlets so I can actually plug in the lights. And before I'm going to plug the lights in, I'm just going to test fire the switch independently and see if it works or if the garage lights up like the 4th of July. Wish me luck. Nothing caught fire. That's a good sign. Here comes the moment of truth. These are not turned on currently, so I can get them all plugged in without it blowing up in my face, preferably. The 4 lights that are hung are all plugged in. This is the moment of truth. Ha! That sucks. Nothing at all. Okay. Well, I tripped something. If I reset the GFI, will that change anything? Oh, look at that. That's all it took. Oh, of course I turned the one off. Wow. I can actually see in here. Oh, look at that. In the very first video, I said that the biggest visual difference we were going to make for the money was going to be between paint and lighting, and now we're starting to see some of that effect. Here we only have 4 of the 6 lights hung up, and we only have the eggshell finish and not the semi-gloss that we're going to go with in the end, and you can already see that this is a much more visually appealing and a much brighter space to be in. I'm not going to show it, but I'm going to hang the last 2 of the 6 LED lights that I purchased, and I'm going to apply a bit of the semi-gloss paint to the walls to give you a feel of what it looks like next to the eggshell finish. At this point, I have all 6 overhead LEDs hung. It is substantially brighter in here. You can actually see something now. And I've started applying the exterior semi-gloss paint. It's going to be a little bit difficult to tell on the camera, but that side has been hit with 1 coat of the semi-gloss, and then this side is still the ceiling eggshells, especially as we get closer and you can kind of see it. This is just a little more transparent, not as good coverage, whereas this has a little bit more sheen. Granted, this is still drying a bit, but it has a little bit more sheen and it has a more deep white appearance to it. On the eggshell, it just wasn't really white enough. It wasn't reflecting the light well, and it just kind of has a dull appearance and takes away from the space a bit. Granted, this still is a little bit wet because I just did the first coat, but I mean, it does have a good sheen to it. It is a whiter white, and now that the lights are overhead, you can see what I mean when I was talking about how terrible the paint was previously and that all my walls were different colors. I'm not going to show it, but I'm going to do at least 1 more coat on this whole wall to get everything just a consistent shade. I'll resume the video at that point when I start relocating this bench and hanging things on the wall again.